Welcome. My name is Glenn, and I work in a school for autism and special needs. We're a kindergarten through young adult program school, and like everyone else, we're closed right now. So I like to make a series of videos for the caretakers in this present situation. So that would be the parents, the teachers, the aides, the friends, the brothers, the sisters, the grandparents, all the people that are now in the mix in a different relationship than what they were when their children were going to school. The stress is a little more difficult now. The resources are certainly different. I know that from my school, we're offering a lot of support, education, exercises, activities through the internet, but still it's not the same. So every day is going to have new stressors. Now life is a series of different stressors coming up, and we've learned how to deal with them, and we've had our own strategies, but now things are a little different, and there's a higher level of anxiety with a lot of people. A lot of people are feeling kind of overwhelmed by this new situation, and we don't know how long it's going to be like this. We don't know who else might get sick, who else has health issues that we should be concerned about. And we're not quite sure always how to manage this situation. So in the past, leading up to this, we've all developed different types of strategies to deal with stress when unique situations arise. And frequently, from my experience, I've seen that people like to binge watch Netflix or other movies and series, spend a lot of time on Facebook. We tend to eat a lot. We tend to drink a lot. We find different forms of diversions from the stress itself. And as a result of this, we end up with more confusion and suffering instead of dealing with the situation at hand. Quite often. Some people this works well for, and I'm addressing those that might be interested in an alternative approach to dealing with the stress. What I'm trying to do is go around the conscious mind to unwind these tensions, and I'd like to suggest a variety of different types of meditation which may be of benefit to you and yours. These meditations will include practices with breath work. Some will include practices with light. Some will be focusing on your body. So there's a variety of different approaches that I'm going to try to present to you, and hopefully in a manner that you can use. Now, I'm used to working in small groups, classes of 7 to 12 people. We're all sitting around very comfortably, we're face to face. We do some practices, we talk about it, we see how we're doing, what the results were, how we understood what was going on. This is different now. So please bear with me, as this is a learning experience for me as well. But getting back to the effects of stress, as the stressors build up and we don't have an appropriate response to them, quite frequently our body tenses up, freezes up, our muscles get tight. And as our muscles get tight, we lose flexibility. And I'm not just talking about physical flexibility, but mental flexibility and emotional flexibility. As the stresses build up and our mental perspective becomes more rigid because we're trying to survive all this, we end up looking with blindfolds. They become very tight. Also in the emotional realm, a lot of negative emotions may be rising up, and we use those negative emotions as a means of communicating with those around us in our environment, which is not very helpful. So we have to find, or I'm suggesting we find a way in which to deal with that tightening up, that rigidity, that kind of fogs up our perspective. So these meditations are strategies that I found that I like to offer as a remedy, so that as we learn more about our interior landscape, how we're doing physically, mentally, and emotionally, that with the practices we can become a little more spacious around how we tighten up around these challenges. And as we become more spacious, we have a little more room to move around, and as a challenge comes up, instead of reacting, we can respond. We can choose the way we respond because we've become a little more spacious. I found this has worked for me. I've been meditating since I've been 12, so that's like 53 years, give or take a month or two. And it's a strategy that I like. I offer it to you. I hope that it is of some benefit. And if you have any comments or suggestions on how to improve how I do these videos, I warmly welcome them. Because like I said, this is new terrain for me. So I welcome you to my video world, and I will try to put out a new video every 5 or 6 days. So it gives you a little time to work with it, see if it works for you. If it does, great. If not, it's all right. Move on. Try a different one. See what you can take from it that works for you. And let me know, what's working and what isn't working. We're all individuals. We all have our own unique relationship with the world. And I can learn from your responses, from your feedback, so I can deepen my relationship with how I experience all this and how I can share it with you. So, thank you.